Hello and welcome. What you are seeing is an external SSD drive that has a capacity of 16 terabytes, and this cost me 20 Canadian dollars. This drive is, without any doubt, fake, since a 4 terabyte drive costs at least 300 Canadian dollars. Therefore, I knew this was fake when I purchased this. I just want to see how fake it is because some fake SSD will try to act like a real one, and there are those that don't even try. I am betting the latter on this one. Why? Because this is how it arrived. I haven't opened it and taken it out of the box, but you can see that it's been already opened, or they simply couldn't care less how they boxed it. I guess I should be glad that it arrived intact, because the box has clearly seen better days. Anyway, looking at the box, it clearly says 16 terabytes on the front and even on the label. The majority of people viewing this video should be tech savvy enough to know that this is fake, but apparently people do fall for this sort of tricks if result of a Reddit search I conducted is anything to go by. Looking at the content of the box, you get the portable SSD as well as a short cable and USB adapters. They have given you everything you need. The outer shell of the SSD appears to be aluminum, by the way. What a waste. Well, let's plug this in and see how it goes, shall we? Pretty much as soon as I plugged in the portable SSD, I ran into an issue. It looks like the USB-C port on the SSD is so flimsy that it's losing connection frequently upon any slight movements. While I did manage to get a screenshot of it showing that it has 15 terabytes capacity, this is obviously a lie. There is a problem testing its capacity, however. Since the connection is so unstable, I don't think I will be able to fill the drive up. What I can do is, at least, test the transfer speed. 15 megabytes per second is what I am getting. The SSD eventually lost its connection even before the transfer was complete, by the way. Even if the connection is USB 2 grade, a 16 terabyte SSD should be going higher than this. I believe it is time to open this up and see what's inside. I've done my research prior purchasing this, and the most common setup is a micro SD card on a USB-C adapter, so that is what I am expecting here. And perhaps predictably, it looks like the whole thing is glued shut. Non-destructive way to open this doesn't seem possible. Here we are. This is a micro SD card on a USB-C adapter that's casually glued to a plastic frame within the shell. A micro SD card is not an SSD no matter how premium it is. It simply doesn't have the capabilities of a real SSD. Still, 15 megabytes per second is really low even for a micro SD card. In other words, they've used a crappy micro SD card. Well, no surprises there. The SD card was made in the Philippines. Googling the two codes gave me no results at all. I was hoping to find its real capacity that way. But there was apparently an easier way. When I plugged in the micro SD card on its own, Windows asked me to format the drive, during which it revealed its true capacity of just 30 gigabytes. It looks like the USB-C adapter had an ability to conceal the SD card's true capacity. Interesting. Anyway, a low-grade 30 gigabyte micro SD card probably costs a few bucks at the most for them, meaning out of 20 bucks I paid, they probably took at least 10 bucks as pure profit. I am assuming here that the SD card, the shell, and the shipping cost them at least $5 to $10. I feel like a legitimate product sale will probably yield a similar profit, but what do I know as a consumer? Thank you for watching.